Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be doing this look. I know it looks like the same look from the other thing, but I want to be talking about something different completely. So more like about me and like a get to know me kind of thing. So click, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want. I would really like it if you guys would watch it and just, you know, follow my channel, spread it, follow, spread it, spread it, spread it, spread it. There I call. I should do my hair. Okay, now I look human. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. ¿Cómo están todos? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's doing good. To anybody who watches this, I really do hope you guys are just doing good, you know, just staying safe and doing what you gotta do, and you know, just taking each day, day by day. And if your life is going amazing right now, awesome. And if your life isn't, hang in there. I hope it gets better, you know. Sorry about my background. It's not like fixed. It's really just my bed, but I was genuinely laying down in my bed, not doing anything, just, you know, in the YouTube world. And at the end, I was just watching YouTube videos, and I somehow landed on, what was that? It was landed on YouTube Asian cooking. Like, I have no idea how I got there. I think it was because all day today I was catching up on all my K-dramas that I haven't been watching, that I haven't caught up with, and I've been really trying to see some new ones that I need to watch. So if anybody has good recommendations to what I should watch, let me know. Right now I finished watching The King Eternal Monarch. Hello, Lee Min-ho. Like, hello. And the lead actress, love her, from Goblin. Love it. And right now I am watching It's Okay Not to Be Okay, or the other title, Psycho, but It's Okay, something like that, on Netflix. So good. So good. I'm like suspense. I'm waiting for the episode on Saturday to come out because I'm super excited. Right, so while I do my makeup, I'm just gonna kind of talk about me, because I realized that none of my videos really showed or like told you who I am. You guys are probably like, who the hell is this chick? We know nothing about her. And you're right, I haven't given you guys a video of like who I am, so you guys can get to know me a little bit. So I'm gonna do the thing that I love the most. I'm gonna do my face in the most basic way ever, and I'm just gonna, you know, give you guys a little bit more about me and who I am. So I'm gonna start off with Master Prime from Maybelline and put that all over my face, because you know, you just gotta slather it all over your face anyways. Let's be realistic here, nobody's using a pinch. I'm oily and it doesn't work. So first things first, my name is Lizeth, spell Lizeth, and I am 27 years old. I reside in Houston, Texas. So that's where I pretty much lived all my life since I was 7 years old. My family, we came here from Colombia, South America. Yes, Colombia, South America, not Colombia. Is it a capital or a state? I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, Colombia is in South America, Colombia. And we settled in Texas. You know, I guess I don't know because it was the closest. I don't know, but yeah, this is where we are. I've pretty much lived here all my life. I've never left. I'm here. That's all I can tell you guys. I've been here. What else? I live with my mother and my little brother at the moment. My little brother is 20. He's 20 years old. And yeah, it's just the three of us, just living our lives in this new you know, world. It used to be me, my mother, and my stepfather, but you know, not every family dynamic works, and things unfortunately just didn't work between them. So my stepfather moved back to Colombia about 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. So ever since then, it's just kind of been me, my mother, and my little brother. Yeah, so I've been here since I was 6. So when I got here, since I was a kid, it was really easy for me to learn English. I think kids just take in information so much easier than adults. So that's why I was able to learn English really, really quick. And a lot of people say I don't have an accent. So I always say it's the fact that I came here when I was a kid, and all my friends knew English, and I really watched a lot of English TV. And kids just, kids are sponges. We absorb information a lot easier. So yeah. What else? I pretty much did elementary through high school in the same district. Like, we pretty much never moved. We lived in the same spot for years. My stepfather really loved comfort, and he liked to live where he liked to live, you know? So we never moved out of like that district or anywhere else in Texas. We kind of just always stuck around in Houston, but that's just because that's what he was comfortable with. So yeah. Ooh, this eyebrow looks weird. Looks like I have no hair right here. And what else? I am a college graduate. I did go to college. I went to college for, wait for it. Look at me, and what do you think I went to college for? I'll give you a second. I went to college for criminal justice. And here's why. In my minor in communications, I really loved watching crime shows and like stuff like Criminal Minds and anything that had to do with solving crimes, just getting to the truth. I fell in love with it. I was obsessed with it, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go to college to be a prosecutor. And so I did. I went to college to be a prosecutor, like to study criminal justice. What I wish I would have known is that you could take a year just to do your basics and then try and figure out what you wanted to do. I wish that was an advice somebody would have given to me. I didn't know that. So I was between criminal justice and journalism, and I felt so pressured to pick, so I just picked criminal justice. I think if I would have had a little bit of more time to pick, I would have done journalism most likely. I'm pretty sure about that now. But I didn't. I ended up choosing criminal justice, and it's okay because not everything works out the way you want it to work out. So I chose that, and I did go to school at I went to school. I lived in school. I went to Prairie View A&M University, which is a predominantly Black college. And I went there. I had not a cousin, but like a family friend who was going there, who somewhat really helped me through the process of just applying for school. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to apply for school. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. First generation, so that's something that we really knew how to deal with. So she kind of helped me out with that, and that just became my first choice because at the time she attended that school as well, and I didn't know anybody else. So yeah, I went, and I did meet great people. Would I say any of them any of like my past roommates or people that I met in college that I still talk to. No. Here's why. You know, the thing they're saying, like, that the people you meet in college become like one of your best friends or whatever. It didn't happen for me. My freshman year, I think that was one of the worst years ever. Like the second half of my freshman year. Unfortunately, my roommate, we had a little bit of a disagreement. I'm not even sure why anymore. I can't even recall it anymore. I feel like it was just something so petty at the time. But, you know, being young, being 18, 19, 21, 20 years old, you really don't see it as petty. And she kind of turned the whole dorm, like, room against me. And I was pretty much by myself. I spent the second half of freshman year alone. Just being alone, which was really sad. And unfortunately, I had messed up really bad my freshman year. Like partying and stuff. I grew up, I'm an only girl, so I grew up very sheltered. So imagine me going to school, living away from home. I went a little crazy. I constantly partied. I overslept from my classes, my morning classes. I didn't do what I had to do, which led me to just have a really bad GPA at the end of the semester. So transferring wasn't an option then, so I kind of had to stick it out, and that was really tough for me. But I made it through. I made new friends, and I was still communicating with my roommate. You know, we talked it out, and we went from there. So my college experience was pretty regular. It was regular. It was nothing extra exciting. It was nothing that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna think back to college and wow, the most amazing times ever. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that for me. There were so many things that, like, if I would have known now, I would have done differently. But it is what it is. You live and you learn, and I did. I lived and I learned and I moved on. So I went to college, finished college. I got my first job, like my first real job, at a law firm. I was doing reception because I knew you can't just jump into something, obviously. So I was like, let me do the reception job and work my way up and kind of take time to learn what I want to do. Now, at this point, I knew criminal justice wasn't my thing, but because I had already done 4+, like in total 5 years, because I added my minor pretty late, total 5 years of school, I was like, why not just let me finish, let me stay in this field and see how it works. And so I did. My first job was in a law firm. I got hired as a receptionist, and I thought maybe if I work my way, maybe if I see how the process really worked, I can fall in love with it again. Boy, was your girl wrong. Boy, was your girl wrong. When I tell you, I have never been more stressed. I have never been in an environment that was so... This was toxic before the word toxic became mainstream. It was toxic AF. It was bad. It was so bad. And I'm not going to say the name of the place because that's somebody's business and where they work. But the place was so bad. It was so bad to the point where I got hives from stress. When I tell you guys, I had hives from stress. I had hives from stress. That's how bad it was. When I tell you, boy, was the girl wrong. Oh my God, guys. That law firm was like the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Well, not the worst, but it's up there. I mean, it was bad. It was bad to the point where bad. Like, to the point where the place was gonna get burned down. And thank God I walked out into the living room at the right time and stopped whatever crazy woman was gonna burn down the place. That's how bad it was. It was just not a good place to work at. And backstory, because I feel like you guys really enjoy this backstory. So the lawyer that I was working for was apparently having an affair, and the husband's wife found out and almost burned down the place while we were inside in mid-daylight. So imagine me walking out to the reception area and this mad woman just holding a flare in her hand, an actual flare in her freaking hand, and me in total shock. I'm like, can I help you? And she just ran out, and I was like, what? I'm an idiot because I ran after her. I'm like, ma'am, and I was like, what am I doing? Yeah, the lady almost burned the place down. Turns out she was the affair and the wife and the attorney, and it just didn't work for me. I was like, oh no. And I knew I had to leave when two of our co-workers' tires were deflated in our parking lot, not including the attorneys. I was like, oh no, now they're targeting us. I gotta go. I gotta get the hell up out of here. Your girl had to go. Luckily at that time, my best friend was working at a dealership, Infinity dealership, the car. And she's like, hey, there's this job as a cashier. Do you want it? I was like, yes. And they really, really wanted somebody. And I was like, yes, I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. And they were paying me a lot more than what I was making at the law firm. Could you believe that the paralegal was making the same thing as I was making, me, the receptionist? That is not okay. That is not okay. Like, your paralegal should not be making the same thing as a receptionist. In what world? So that happened, and yeah, honestly, even now to this day, I still feel a little bad because I left and I didn't like fully resign. I just left. I just quit. I dropped the keys off really early in the morning and I was gone. And they never heard from me. They never saw me again. I started my new job and I worked at the dealership for about I want to say 2 years. 2 years, yeah. Does that even match? It's fine. Refer to other video. My manager never matches. We'll make it work. Anyways, oh, that's a lot of foundation. Where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. Anyways, I worked at the dealership for about 2 years, and I actually really liked that. It was the type of job where you kind of have to wear many hats. Even though your official title is like reception, you do have to wear a little bit you have to wear many hats. So I had to learn how to do multiple other things on top of my main duty. So I was always busy and time was always going by really fast. So I think that's what I really liked about that job. Although the only thing is I was always on my feet. So I was always dead by the time I got home. And I had to work on Saturdays, like every other Saturday. So that part sucked boo-boosh. But it was fine because we're making a little bit more money. And I was working 5 minutes from home. So that worked for a while. Up until things started to become really weird at work. There's always something. There's always something. The environment just wasn't okay anymore. It was one of those jobs where people were constantly leaving and coming, so you just had new people. And the old staff that left were just, you know, the good staff that was leaving, and new staff was coming in, changing things that kind of always worked. And sometimes change is better, but this time it wasn't for the better. It just made everything a lot worse and a lot more awkward. And when I was moved to a completely new department, doing some random thing that I've never done before, which I really tried, mind you, I really tried. It was like, I don't even know if that's an official title. It was called customer service, like, relations. Trust me, it was basically calling customers to see if they liked their service and would they come back or what would they rate it. So like cold calling most of the time. Cold calling because most people would not answer. I was like, what am I doing here? This is a no. I don't want to be here. So I started looking for another job. I knew it was time for me to move on. And luckily for me, I found a really good job. Again, I was a receptionist in an oil company, which I got through like a recruiting service. And I got hired pretty quick. I got hired like in the span of 2 weeks. And I presented him 2 weeks notice and left. That job I honestly really liked. Really liked, and I thought it was gonna be one of those jobs where I could just move up and maybe to another department and maybe learn something different. Boy, was your girl wrong. Boy, was your girl wrong. My desire to want to move it up and maybe just get out of being a receptionist, I decided to take a position that was available in sales. When I tell you guys, that was the worst mistake ever. The worst mistake ever. Like, the worst mistake ever. I don't know what I was thinking when I took that sales job. Over my head. Oh, over, like, over my head. I hated it. I was so bad at it. I was genuinely so bad at it. But I'm not putting the whole blame on the fact that I was bad at it. I also blame management, and it was horrible. You hire somebody who has never worked in sales. You would think there would be some kind of proper training, especially if you're selling a product that you need your sales team to be able to sell and really explain to customers how everything works. No, absolutely not. Nothing was explained to me. Nothing. There wasn't even a week for me to like follow somebody and see how everything worked. Nothing. It was straight in, oh, you'll figure it out. I didn't figure it out. There were so many products in the list that there was no way I was gonna figure it in. There was even like a couple moments where we had these like morning huddle meetings, and I believe that was my it was my first week of like fully working in the sales department, and they asked me, how much have you, like, how many items have you sold? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, how many did you sell this week? What's your number? And I was like, what do you mean? I just started. There was just no training. How do you expect to throw somebody into something and expect them to do it if you won't even give them the basic proper training on it? It was just horrible. And I think I stayed in that job for about, maybe, I want to say maybe like a month more or two. It wasn't like and after that, it wasn't like I didn't try. I really did try. I really tried to make it work. I really tried to see if I could go at it, but it was just so bad. I remember I made one like huge sale to, I think, Panama, for like water tanks that hold a lot of water, and that was my only huge sale. But yeah, until I was finally let go. And I remember that day when I was let go, I went home and I cried. I got some booze, got some wine, and I went home and I cried my ass off. I was so depressed because by that time I was determined to make it work. I was determined to really try. I got let go May of that year, and that whole summer I was pretty much jobless, and I knew the crunch time was really on me when my best friend finally got engaged, and I was like, shoot, I really have to find a job, you know. And she made me her maid of honor. Now I don't know, many people do this differently, but to us, like Latino community, we pay for like the maid of honors like flight and room, so I knew I had a big responsibility on me. I actually found a job in downtown after that, working at like virtual offices. It was kind of like a WeWork. It is kind of like a WeWork space, like a shared office space. And honestly, guys, I can say that has been the job that I have loved the most. That has been the job where I felt the most comfortable in, where I felt like I can honestly move up in that job, where I can honestly learn. And then Rona happened. Oh, Rona. So I was only in that job for, I want to say August of 2019. And then Rona really crept her mouth around us on really February, where everybody started realizing what was going on. So I've only worked there for 10 months. 10 months. And that is it. 10 months, that is it. That I was working at my new job, which I loved. We started working from home like at March. And I'm wrong. I'm wrong. We started working from home at March. We did that for about like 3 weeks, and then after the 3 weeks, I was furloughed. Because everything was standstill. Nothing was moving. So they had to let go of a lot of staff. I was put on furlough. Technically, I'm still on furlough, but we'll see what happens. It's been a long time to be on furlough. And now I'm here. explaining everything to you guys. So that's pretty much like an outline of my life, of how everything has gone, or more like just a peek into what my life has been. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, so now I am here and I am trying to make the best out of a situation that I am, where I just kind of, no one's hiring, the economy's kind of at a standstill, and nobody really knows what's happening, you know? And I'm trying to make the most of it. And I realized during this whole time that I was kind of going towards really bad patterns in my life that I've been through before, and I wanted to put a stop to that. And I thought of a time, or like a time or like when I feel most happiest. When I feel most happiest is when I'm just getting ready to go out somewhere, when I'm doing my makeup, and just literally the way I'm talking here is the way I talk to myself when I'm in the bathroom doing my makeup, we getting ready to go out. Wait, can you guys see that? It's like a dolphin. And it's the way I talk to myself when I'm getting ready to go out, and I talk to myself and I sit there and answer my own questions and try to figure out questions that I have in my head that I haven't quite answered. Try to answer questions in my head that I have, that I just can't quite put anything together, you know? That's what I'm doing here, is what I do with myself. And I thought, what better way to do that and to kind of keep myself accountable and not go back to old, very unhealthy ways that I used to deal with things. Wait, can you guys see that? And spray my face really quick. Spray. Spray the face. That was a lot of spray. What was I doing? I was saying anyways. What's the brush? You know, you brush down and just here it is, here it is. Oh my god. Oh no. I really like this color. Whoop-a-daisies. Okay, be gentle, Liz. So, I don't want to go like her. Hi guys, so this is the final look of my face, and I think I pretty much ran out of what to talk about. So I feel like I said what I needed to say, you know. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you keep on watching and you like and subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. Just like and subscribe. Just like and subscribe to my channel.